Get ready to take on the circle.
The circle has no chill.
This is gonna get ugly. I love it.
No, not that one. Okay, much better. Get ready to be blasted with angel fire because we have an all-new season of Altered Carbon. Season 2 sees Anthony Mackie, the dude from Black Mirror who kissed the other dude but it's totally not gay because it's in a video game, take on the role of TAKESHI KOVACS in a new and improved sleeve. In this video we're going to take a deep dive into the ending and what it could mean for Season 3. The final episode, entitled Broken Angels, sees our heroes hunted by the Protectorate. These Protectorate forces are under the orders of DANICA HARLAN, who declared martial law, putting them under her control. She's also the one who orchestrated the Kellis uprising in order to drive up the price of alloy, the material used to create stacks. Leading the attack on KOVACS and his crew is another TAKESHI KOVACS, one who's been double-sleeved, a term used when more than one sleeve is inhabited by the same consciousness, or digital human freight, DHF for short. For the purposes of this video and to keep things easy to understand, I'll be referring to Anthony Mackie's sleeve as KOVACS and the copy as TAKESHI. TAKESHI's sleeve was brought back from a copy made over 300 years ago, before the events of Season 1 and even before TAKESHI met and fell in love with Kelkris Falconer. And when it looks like there's no way out for KOVACS and the crew, TAKESHI switches side, taking out all of his own men. Meanwhile, Poe tells the gang that the construct they used to contain the Elder appears to be empty. Throughout the season, Kelkris has been fighting something within her that's taken over her body. They find out that two consciousnesses are inhabiting her stack, so they devise a plan to separate one conscious from the other and trap the infected one within a construct. Little do they know that the consciousness inhabiting Kelkris isn't human at all, but that of an Elder, an ancient alien race that existed millennia before the arrival of KONRAD HARLAN and humanity on HARLAN's world. In fact, KONRAD, impatient to colonize this new planet, destroyed any of the remaining Elders so that humanity could exploit and colonize. One Elder, however, survived, clinging to the Songspire tree's roots. It was only when Kelkris Falconer was placed in a glass coffin next to the Songspire tree that the Elder was able to leach into Kelkris' psyche, allowing her to take revenge on the founders who had murdered her people. Poe and Miss Diggs' construct trap was a failure. Nothing seems to be contained within it. That's because the Elder was able to inhabit and control the sleeve of Colonel Ivan Carrera, meaning that if he isn't stopped, he could incinerate the entire planet by being able to control Angel Fire. Angel Fire is the weapon DANICA has been searching for the entire season, a weapon which could give her leverage against the Protectorate. Meanwhile, the Elder reclaims some ancient artifacts which will later be used to control the Angel Fire, while Trep finds her father dead and his stack missing. He was killed a few episodes by TAKESHI. Kelkris, KOVACS, and TAKESHI visit DANICA in a last-ditch attempt to save the planet. They believe that if they give the Elder, KONRAD HARLAN's stack, the final remaining founder who killed off the Elder's people, that it will stop its attack. In exchange for saving the planet, Kel wants safe transport off-world, but they're interrupted by Poe, who informs them that the orbitals are moving. Orbitals are also known as angels, hence the name of the episode, Broken Angels. When they are in alignment, they'll send a destructive blast of angel fire below. Miss Diggs' data extracting program has arrived in the form of Miss Elizabeth, who Poe wants to hold him together long enough to complete his task. After that, his memory will be wiped so he can start anew, since his character has slowly been deteriorating over the course of the season. KOVACS, who has been quite hard on Poe over the course of the season, reassures Poe.
You finally figured out what it means to be alive. We're all broken, Poe. There's nothing more human than that.
KOVACS also has his final heart-to-heart with Kelkris, who reveals her true plan. She's going to kill the Elder, force it back into her, and when their minds are intertwined, control the orbital to kill them both. She feels partly responsible for this whole mess after all. She was the creator of stacks, and part of the reason Harlan's world needed to be colonized were the minds that contained the material to make those stacks. In her mind,
I have to make it right.
KOVACS takes this as her not choosing him.
I wish you loved me enough to live.
Which is ironic since he ends up sacrificing himself so that she could live. Kel, KOVACS, and DANICA arrive to exchange KONRAD's stack, which the Elder seems pleased with when DANICA uses the opportunity to shoot him. Earlier in the episode, Danica is told that the Elder stole reacclimation drugs, which this vial likely is, giving him that extra boost to complete his mission. Danica is killed by him and the Angel Fire attack continues to rev up, with KOVACS and the Elder fighting. KOVACS wants Jaeger, the man inside Carrera's sleeve, to fight against the Elder. If Kel can break free from its control, maybe he can too. And he does for a moment, but is too blinded by resentment to come to his senses. For Jaeger, KOVACS and him shared a special bond.
You were supposed to be TAKESHI.
But KOVACS ended up choosing his sister over him. KOVACS eventually gets the upper hand, but can't shoot Jaeger because his sleeve does not allow him. But he finds a workout by forcing Jaeger to pull the trigger himself. It's all too late, however, as the Angel Fire lands directly on KOVACS, turning him into ash and obliterating his stack in the process. What the show really doesn't explain is how the blast didn't end up destroying the entire building, kind of like what happened earlier in the season where the forest was completely destroyed. Perhaps KOVACS' sleeve acted as a conduit and took most of the firepower before disintegrating. Several months later, Takeshi stands before a new council on Harlan's world, testifying that Kelchris Falconer was among those who died in the Angel Fire, even though no evidence of her sleeve was found. Tripp is finally reunited with her wife and son, looking like she's finally quit the bounty hunting business and is ready to settle down for good. And Kelchris is alive and well, heading off-world to start a new uprising somewhere else. She's visited by a vision of KOVACS who says,
There's nowhere you can go that I won't be with you.
but we soon find out that KOVACS isn't gone for good. Moments before he was obliterated, Poe was able to copy his DHF and upload it before his memory was wiped. He even wrote it down on a post-it note to remind himself. After 3 months of decompression, Poe appears in front of Miss Digg, who has aptly named herself Annabelle after one of Edgar Allan Poe's poems. There's a glimmer of hope that he may have retained some of his memories which Annabelle says may start to come back to him over time. She finds his post-it note which contains a decryption key, a key that opens raw data to a human DHF, that of Takeshi KOVACS. So what does this mean for Season 3? Well, we'll likely have an entirely new actor play Takeshi KOVACS in a new sleeve. And don't count out Kelchris and the Takeshi copy making another appearance. I wouldn't be surprised if Season 3 takes place on an entirely new planet, since the Harlan's world story seems to have reached a proper conclusion. Remember also that 30 years passed since the events of Season 1 and 2, so Season 3 could see us fast forward multiple decades or centuries depending on the story the writers want to tell. Either way, I'll be interested what new sleeve awaits KOVACS.
Let's go.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Please be sure to like and subscribe, and let me know what you thought about the season in the comments below. You can also follow me on Twitter @ThinkStoryYT. Until next time, remember, Daddy loves you very much.